I want to go ahead and introduce somebody real quick before we get into our introductions. I want to introduce somebody that's really important. If you guys don't know who this is, right, I'm honored to introduce Lou Rubin, right, the founder of TCG.
Welcome, everybody. If you look on your badge and you see those letters, TCG, well, it means something. So we're all happy to have you all. I see a lot of faces we've seen before, and I hope we keep seeing faces like this and more of you. And thank you for all you do, because you're the reason that this works. Thank you all, and welcome.
All right, everybody. Well, the next person absolutely needs no introduction, but if you don't know who I am, my name is Kevin Zimmerman. I'm the Vice President of National Sales, and I can't tell you how proud I am to be standing up here in front of this room of people. The next person I'm going to introduce is near and dear to many of y'all's hearts, and an absolute mentor to me. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for him. I'm going to introduce Mr. Dan Parigi.
All right. Yeah. All right, man.
Take it back.
Yeah. This room's getting bigger and bigger every year, and I love it, man. So, next year we've kind of outgrown a lot of the resorts, so we're going to be heading back to the Hard Rock. Sorry to steal your thunder, Jen. So, I needed a bigger venue, so I'm excited for what's to come next year. And, thank you everybody who have come from so many places. I think I mentioned it last night, but a lot of you guys came from California and Oregon and Texas and all over the country, Northeast. So. West Palm Beach. Nice work, Jeff. Thanks for coming, man. I know it's difficult to get over here.
I think the walk down the hallway was longer than your drive, actually. So.
All right, so Kev, you want to kind of talk about the day and how it's gonna?
So, guys, this is meant to be a little informal. All right. If you guys haven't figured out, just about everything that we do is all family driven. So this is just a quick kind of kickoff of the day. We're going to kind of talk a little bit about what's going to go on today, all right? But first things first, in case you guys don't know, I rack up, quite a few, frequent flyer miles traveling around for TCG, and every single event, right, that we do on the road in every single city, I start it the exact same way. And right, the reality of it is that right, you guys made an investment today. And you invested something that is the most precious commodity that we all have. And that's as mothers, that's as fathers, that's as brothers, sisters, and more importantly, right, like business owners and friends. And what you invested today is your time. And I can't thank you enough, right from the bottom of all of our hearts, all of TCG, for the investment in that time, taking the day out, right, to come here to Channel Source, right? Our goal is to return on that investment in one of two ways. Either one, right, some awesome product knowledge right from the carrier showcase that's right behind us, or two, right, just simply meeting and then creating and establishing and building upon right existing relationships, because we live in such a faceless business, in a faceless industry. So this is why we've gathered all these entrepreneurs and all of you in one room together to celebrate that. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts to start. Thank you for your time. You guys should all pat yourself on the back for that. Thank you. So I'm going to give you guys a quick idea of just the ebb and flow, or the day, if you will. Like I said, congratulations on finding the room. I know it was a little bit of a walk, but you don't have to be back in this room until the executive panel, okay? So right after we conclude the welcome message here, we're all going to go back down the hallway, right into the trade show, and that's really the purpose of having you guys here, to interact with all of our carriers. So with that being said, can I ask a question real quick? Or rather, I'm going to have Dan ask the question.
So this is our fourth event. How many people, were here last year? Man, good showing. All right. What about 3-year attendees, the year before? All right. Great. Well, thank you very much for making the trip, and hopefully we're going to have even more next year. So fantastic. Awesome.
And can I get some noise from some first-time attendees? All right. Before I continue, I need one big round of applause right for both Jen and Abby and the entire Channel Source crew. All right. So let's get to the meat and the bones of this conversation, all right? Who is TCG today? right? You guys are TCG. That's the reality of it, okay? I'm proud to say a few things. We're gonna go through some quick numbers just to kind of give you guys an idea of who we've grown into and kind of what we've become. Proud to say that we signed up our 4,000th partner just this past month, so congratulations everybody. You've been a part of this growth. For all the carriers in the room, I know this is something that everyone wants to hear. Proud to say that across all carriers, across our entire portfolio, right for 2019, we experienced a 30% growth rate, which is pretty amazing. So thank you to the partners. Going along with that 30 number, I kind of loved how the numbers worked out. Next year in 2020, we are going to be celebrating our 30th anniversary, guys. 30 years of doing TCG, thanks to Lou. And I could sit up here, as many of you guys know, and probably talk till I'm blue in the face about why TCG and why I think it's special. But going back to the family moniker, you guys have heard us say TCG means family. We've repeated it over and over. It's our main social media hashtag. If you haven't seen it on like one of Dan's 19 posts per day. But everything we do is about family, and something that I'm most proud of. All the things that I could say about TCG is that in 29 years of doing business, partially because of the business that this guy built, we still proudly pay the families of a few partners that have passed away over those years. So that's what we're all about, right? We're all about family. We're all about that mantra. And when you hear it, I want you to feel it. It's not just something we say, okay? Going back to the numbers, things happen in threes, right? Well, for this event, things happened in 30s. So proud to say that we have paid $30 million in commissions to TCG partners in 2019, which is pretty amazing. Our own personal TCG family, the people wearing the green lanyards. If you guys haven't figured this out yet, I know there was an announcement yesterday at the party, but it was a little difficult to hear. Black is supplier, right? All the white lanyards are partners. So if you're wearing a white lanyard, you see another white lanyard, feel free to collaborate and talk to your fellow partners here. And then lastly, all the neon green, that's TCG. So if you see somebody wearing a neon green lanyard and you don't know who they are or you don't know what they do, I highly encourage you to go up there and shake their hand, because the reality of it is we now employ 60 people all across the entire TCG family. That includes all of our sales support, all of our channel managers, and more importantly for you guys, our commissions team. And I'm really proud to say that family's grown. It's actually tripled in size since I've been here in a very short 4 years. So shout out to all the TCG family members out there. And the last point I'm going to make before I pass it off to Dan for the next slide is something that you guys should all be really excited about, is the fact that the great spiff wars are upon us, if you haven't noticed. 6X, 7X, there's even a carrier here paying, I think, 11X for the entire quarter. TCG passes through all of that spiff. When you see all these advertisements, when you see it all, I know we're not the only master that does that, but we are certainly the only master that does it on every single carrier, regardless of status within our portfolio, no matter what. If you see an advertisement in that trade show about spiff, all that money goes directly in your pocket. So thank you guys for selling.
So Kevin's touched on a lot of this stuff already, but the human element, we're doubling down on working with people. It's easy to kind of get caught up in portals and get caught up in some things that aren't very personal. So people over portals is kind of our motto, and we make sure that every deal that you guys allow us to process gets to the finish line and gets that personal touch, all the way from initial quote, paperwork, order installation, and then post-sale notification that it's been completed, and then all the way to our commissions team. So, like Kevin likes to say, we burp and diaper those deals all the way through until they graduate, high school. So, so that makes us a little bit different. We have some team leads in the. We have the team leads to stand in here. Can team leads stand up? I see Birdie right there. I see Chris Ellison.
Stand up.
See
Stand up,
Shelly.
Stand up.
Yep. Anyone else? These are the guys that make it happen in the back office. These are the guys that get the traffic moving. Thank you very much. Without you guys, it does not happen.
There you go.
Was that Mitch? I don't know if that doesn't count if it's your mom. And Dave Brown. Is Dave Brown in the room? Dave Brown in the back. This is the guy, director of operations. He makes everything happen. Thanks, brother. We've added a fair amount of people to the team this year. We're excited for that growth. The one thing that we're committed to, and we will remain committed to, is adding more headcount, where a lot of our peers in the business are kind of running to the hills when it comes to adding additional headcount for certain carriers. You know, we're doubling down on that investment. We're making sure that we have enough headcount to support the traffic that comes through. So as we see an uptick in carrier traffic, we add incremental headcount to make sure that, you know, that growth is being accommodated. So that what that means to everybody in this room is, your deals don't fall down. You're not going to have a problem with, you know, deals sitting somewhere. You know, somebody's left the company. Those orders haven't been accounted for. They fall through the cracks. We're just making sure that every single order that you allow us to touch is being processed and processed as good as humanly possible. So the last thing I'll hit on here before passing it back to Kevin is there's no competition at TCG. So we don't have a call center that's, you know, selling deals against you. We don't have a direct sales team that, you know, is going to go head to head in a battle with you out in the field to win a sale. All we are an agent. We're an agent-driven only company. So what that means is that you don't have to worry that one of your accounts got sold and ended up in our call center, or, you know, a direct rep of ours, you know, stumbled into your account and it fell off your commission report, and all of a sudden now a direct rep from the company has got it. We're channel only, 100% dedicated to your efforts and your success. So that's it.
Excellent.
That's it.
So I gave a shout out a couple of minutes ago to our team leads and as well as Dave Brown. The important thing is that this engine simply doesn't run without the people that support us. So I threw this slide up real quick just to kind of give you guys a visual representation of who we are behind the scenes. Not everybody might know that we've got large support teams, right, like in place to support you. And the important thing is that like our AT&T team doesn't also work on our Comcast team, and our Comcast team doesn't also work on our Spectrum team. As you guys know, all these systems are like wickedly complex and sometimes not the best. So you kind of got to have people that have a black belt, right, in those specific systems that know it day in and day out. So if you see people with a neon green lanyard on, that means that they're the heart and soul of our company, and that means that, you know, they bleed green as well. So feel free to introduce yourself. I really encourage you guys not just getting to know our sales team, but getting to know our support team. And shout out to all the new TCG team members that have joined us this year in 2019. Thank you very much. So, a couple years ago, the main marketing thing that you saw from a lot of us was all about nationwide expansion. In fact, Dan gave me a pretty cool title of the Vice President of National Expansion. I think I'm the only one I know, to be honest with you. But the reality of it is that that's exactly what we've done over these past 3 years, guys. If you take a look at the slide that's in front of you right now, we have invested heavily into expanding all across the country. So I gotta wanna have all of our channel managers just take a stand real quick. You all know who you are. Stand up real quick. We have absolutely grown leaps and bounds. So we have channel managers and partners here from coast to coast, where we've hired a couple industry professionals, that we've added to the team now. We've got a new VP in the Carolinas, as well as a new VP up in the Midwest. So feel free to get with your assigned channel manager. They're really what makes everything tick on the sales side. So thank you all for being here. And guys, by the way, thank you for trusting your channel managers for coming out to West Palm Beach for this event. Let's talk about some cool stuff. We racked up some miles this year, guys, and I just wanted to kind of make the numbers real because it's kind of staggering. But I want everybody in the room that went on the road with TCG at some point in 2019 just to make a little noise for yourself, because we really, really value you. We held 54 separate events in 22 different states. I started actually adding up the cities, and I kind of lost count. But the number that I really liked was we served over 2,400 steaks this year on the road.
Cattle industry is very proud.
Yeah, I think I think you guys should buy some stock in Landry's or something, but we'll figure it out. So let's talk fun stuff. Who here has been to a TCG President's Club? Can I get all the President's Club winners to please stand up? If you've ever been on a TCG President's Club, please go ahead, stand up. Take some time to recognize yourself. Thank you. If you haven't been to a TCG President's Club, I highly, highly encourage you to get there, right? So I'm gonna make a quick announcement if you guys don't know, but I wanted to share some family photos. Everyone's got family portraits, right, that are on the mantelpiece. Everyone's got all those awesome photos. Well, these are our family photos, guys. So the top photo, that's 127 people in Maui. That's where we went exactly 2 years ago. The bottom photo is when TCG took over a castle about an hour outside of Dublin, Ireland last year. Can I get just a quick noise for anybody that was in the castle? A little royalty, TCG royalty? All right, I'm proud to say this year, the contest already started on November 1st, so you're a couple days behind. Runs to May 1st. We're going to Mallorca, Spain. Last year, people thought we were crazy. All of our peers, all of our counterparts, even some industry professionals that I know and trust very well thought we were absolutely insane. But we successfully took 199 people to Dublin last year. What I want to see 220 people, 250 people in Mallorca. There are 45, I repeat, 45 different ways to win this trip, guys. There's no reason why anybody in this room, right, can't make it on this trip. Everyone's got the same exact chance to get there. So if you really want to see what we're about and you want to see how deep the family ties go, you got to make it to a TCG President's Club, because we absolutely just throw it all down and there are no stops, right, let out. The entire marketing team does a great job. So I encourage you to talk to every carrier here. There are boards all over the place. They were at the party last night. They're at the registration. They're in the trade show. They'll be at the closing reception tonight. Take a look at it. Ask your channel manager. We'll send you the flyer. There's no reason why you guys shouldn't try and strive to get to Mallorca. So Viva España in 2020.
So, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank our sponsors on this list. Thank you guys very, very much. This event and all of our events throughout the year on the marketing front don't happen without you guys. So thank you very much for participating and being a part of, the TCG family. The events get bigger, the President's Clubs get bigger, and one thing that I can tell you about TCG is we spend every dollar of marketing for marketing. So next year when you see this event larger, next year you see the President's Club in a fantastic place, we use every dollar and allocate it to marketing, unlike some of our competitors. So thank you guys very much. I don't know if there's really much more to add to this, except have a great day today. Kev, if you want to.
Yep. So Dan touched on it lightly, but I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it. You guys are all rock stars, and we know that. So in case you weren't aware, right, the Hard Rock built a guitar-shaped hotel here in South Florida, right next to the original Hard Rock where we held the inaugural Channel Source. So we're going back to our roots, and we're going to the Hard Rock Hotel in 2020. Dates will be coming, but just know that Channel Source will be held in Hollywood, Florida next year in a giant guitar-shaped hotel, because you guys are all rock stars. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate y'all being here. We're gonna meander our way back into the Grand Expo Hall. So for all the carriers, go scurry on behind your booths and prepare for the onslaught of partners. So thank you guys very much.